The Chicago Bears have made another signing, and we're here to talk about it on Bears Now by Chat Sports. Happy report to training camp day, folks. My name is Harrison Graham. Veterans report today with that first practice tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show. But Buddy Johnson has signed with the Chicago Bears per Aaron Wilson, who is based in Houston. Johnson, who was with the Texans practice squad late last season, is now a Chicago Bear heading into training camp. A little background on who he is as a player. Got picked by the Steelers in the fourth round of the 2021 NFL draft, signed a 4-year rookie deal, and only played in 4 games that year, only had 2 tackles. I think he got a few special team snaps, but never really broke through there. In fact, he didn't even make the team in his second season, got cut in August of last year, and then signed with the 49ers, spent some time on their practice squad, and then, as I mentioned, time on the Texans practice squad. And when you really think about that, a 4th-round pick being off the team that drafted him by year 2 and not on another team's active roster, that's pretty quick. That tells me that the Steelers, a very reputable organization, by the way, recognized pretty quickly we might have made a mistake here in terms of drafting Buddy Johnson. Not saying the guy can't play at all or anything like that. I think the jury is still out a little bit, but you usually see that with like 6th or 7th round picks. 4th round picks, teams, they want to give you a little bit more of an opportunity to show what you've got, but clearly he has not shown much. So we'll see if he can change that narrative with the Chicago Bears as he embarks on this new opportunity. Let me know, have you heard of Buddy Johnson before this video? I asked you guys that about Isaiah Ford yesterday, asking you guys now. If you've heard of Buddy Johnson before, type Y for yes. If you haven't, type in for no. Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, a little bit more on Buddy Johnson. Texas A&M is where he played his college ball. 4-year player there in College Station from 2017 to 2020. His freshman year played in 8 games, had 20 tackles, 1 sack. Sophomore year had 27 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, half a sack. Next 2 years, he became more of a staple. 77 tackles in 2019, 9.5 tackles for loss and a sack. And then his senior year had 85 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks. So showed the ability to be kind of a blitzing linebacker, if you will. If you look at his pro day measurements, didn't go to the NFL Combine, it looks like. His pro day measurements here, if I can find them, here we go. He was listed at 6 foot and a half, it looks like, 229 pounds. Ran a 4.58, pretty decent for a linebacker as well. 38.5-inch vertical, so pretty decent athlete. So you kind of see that, we know Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, they like athletic traits. And, even though the performance hasn't, been up to standard, if you will, for a 4th-round pick who's been in the NFL less than 2 years, this is someone with some traits that, NFL teams would like. So Bears are going to bring him in here. Obviously, this is a crowded linebacker room at this point. I mean, it might be the most crowded position group on the football team. As of now, you've got Tremaine, Edmunds, and TJ Edwards, your 1-2 punch at middle and will linebacker. Jack Sanborn slated to be the Sam linebacker. You drafted Noah Sewell. You signed Dylan Cole, who's a good special teamer. I mean, those are your top 5 guys right there. And it's going to be hard to kind of unseat one of those players, especially those top 3 or 4. I mean, maybe you could beat out a Dylan Cole. That could be a possibility. But, if the Bears only carry 5 linebackers, I don't see an avenue of one of those 5 players not being on the team. Maybe Dylan Cole is the one guy who's got a chance. You're not going to cut Noah Sewell, a 5th-round rookie, though. Jack Sanborn's going to be on this team. So, for a guy like Buddy Johnson, he's really going to have to show off on special teams. Like, he's got to be very productive in that area. So, training camp's going to be key for him to have a chance to make this team. Preseason games is going to be huge. for this guy as well. So we'll see if he's able to do it. But I think for now, should be considered as a camp body that Poles and Eberflus have identified as someone who has value on a 90-man roster. Can he make a 53-man roster? That remains to be seen. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because we've got you guys covered every single day throughout training camp. Put out 2 videos yesterday. Definitely going to have multiple today as well. And Ryan Poles talks to the media at 10:30 this morning. So thinking we might do an earlier live show. Usually we go live at 3 o'clock Central on Tuesdays. Maybe we'll do like 1 o'clock today. Have to wait and see, and I think it depends what all is said at Poles' presser today. Remember last year he revealed that Riley Reef had signed with Chicago and Michael Schofield. So if news like that drops, we'll probably go live earlier. So subscribe, make sure that notification bell is turned on because you don't want to miss out when we publish videos or when we go live. Okay, so Buddy Johnson is a Chicago Bear. Let's talk about some other Bears news leading into camp today. Chase Claypool, remember everybody panicked, which I didn't panic. I'm not going to put myself into that category. In fact, I said, let's see how this plays out. He's already off the PUP list. He wasn't even on the PUP list for more than a day. Now, I don't know why they put him on. Maybe they put him on. He checked into the building and passed his physical and all that, so he was good to go. But he is off the PUP list, which is great news. Assuming he's fully ready to go, it looks like the Bears' entire offense is going to be at full strength at the start of training camp with that first practice tomorrow. Now, I would guess there might be a ramp-up period for him and Darnell Mooney, who missed a good chunk of the offseason program with injuries. But either way, it's good to have them both in there. I haven't heard anything about Mooney, so I'm just going to assume until said otherwise that he's ready to go. I mean, he was working out with Fields and the boys down in Florida, just like Claypool was. Flus expected him to be ready for training camp, so I think Mooney's going to be ready to go. Again, probably a ramp-up period. You're going to ease him in a little bit here, but that's exciting because in the last 2 weeks of OTAs and minicamp, Fields had DJ Moore, but he did not have Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool. So now he's got his top 3 weapons. You get Tyler Scott as a rookie in there, Velus Jones, big camp for him coming up as well. So lots of things to be excited about, and Claypool. Let's go prove it now. I want to see what Claypool can do. I've been on the record. I want to give this guy a chance. I know a lot of Bears fans have signed him off, and I understand that pessimism, but that trade was always going to be more about this year than it was last year. So I think he still deserves an opportunity to prove himself here with the Chicago Bears. And look, now he gets a chance to do that as training camp is upon us. Who's excited for training camp? Type me in the... Excuse me, I've been out of the weather. Excuse me. Type me if you're excited about training camp getting going tomorrow. They report today. First practice tomorrow. Get the me's going down in the comment section down below. Again, we'll be back sometime in the next several hours. If nothing's notable, maybe we'll just go live at 3, but I'm thinking we're going to go live earlier. So again, have those noties turned on so you know exactly when we go live. You can also keep up with what we're doing by following me on Twitter, on X, whatever they're calling it, at HGramNFL. Same on Instagram, at HGramNFL, Threads, at HGramNFL. Not doing a ton on Threads because it hasn't done a ton yet, but you can follow me over there. Appreciate everybody who has shown the love and support. We'll see you guys in a few hours after Ryan Poles' press conference.